Well, you may wonder, why am I here surrounded by horses?
Welcome to Get Real with me, Dr. Friedemann. If you want to live with greater purpose, authenticity, and empowerment, this is your time to upgrade your belief systems, unlock your true potential, and discover the endless possibilities of you becoming the creator of your life.
I wanted just to talk about how often horses get spooked during the day. There are just certain things we don't even notice that all of a sudden they're starting to either get their body all tense, their ears go back, and eventually they maybe even start running. Well, in some ways, I see anxiety also as something that is like a horse. Now, the anxious subconscious part of us that ultimately tries to make sure that we are safe. That part of us is also like a horse, so aware of everything going on around that we consciously pretty much can rely on the subconscious telling us, is there danger, is there a problem? You know how those things are when you have this sixth sense or this intuition, or you're driving and all of a sudden you're slowing down and then you see that there is a child running into the street. There is something about the subconscious that really is powerful in regards to just, warning you. But similar to a horse, the subconscious also relies heavily on the conscious mind. And in the horse, it's the rider, to not put you into danger. And this is when you wonder, why am I anxious out of the blue? What is happening? Well, maybe the reason is that you have consciously done something that your subconscious doesn't like, that your subconscious has a hard time with, because your subconscious believes, well, this is actually this is actually getting you in danger. Now, those three things that I find are the most common ways our subconscious reacts to potential danger are the pitfalls that I find with myself and my clients often lead to this uprising of anxiety without really knowing initially what happened. And so when you feel anxious next time, just ask yourself three questions. Did I give my power away? It's number one. And what that means is like, did I make my sense of self, my well-being, how I feel safe in the world, did I give this into somebody else's hand? For example, you are, sitting there all day long wondering if you will get the raise in your company or if you get fired. Or you are all the time wondering why your parent has been, not more supportive for the changes that you wanted to make. In those moments, you're not really feeling like that you can relax and be at ease. In those moments, you actually do feel dependent on the answer, which is ultimately dependent on other people. And this is one way of giving your power away. Some people give their power away by saying that they can only feel really safe and good about themselves if they reach a certain goal, if they finish a certain project. And these are all nice and good things to have, but if your sense of security and wholeness is dependent on that, then your subconscious inner protector, your little inner horse, says, whoa, wait a second, you're not really feeling like in your own power. You're not choosing your thoughts, how you want to feel about yourself. You're not choosing to feel okay no matter what. You give your power away. And that is something that if we do this constantly, our subconscious just says, hey, stop. We have to do a reset. And the best alarm system when it comes to the mind is anxiety, just feeling anxious. The second question you can ask yourself is, have I taken good care of myself? Now that's a very, very common one because we don't. When was the last time you really had, for a longer time, consistently eaten well, nourished yourself, given your body what it needed? Not only fruits and vegetables, vitamins, I'm talking also about enough water, less coffee, less alcohol, all the things that our conscious mind wants. Oh, let's soothe a little bit with ice cream. Let's have a little cookie because I'm feeling down. Maybe the body and our subconscious is taking care of the health and well-being of the body. Maybe the body says, no, you're already too heavy and the blood sugar is already going on roller coasters and you're actually so depleted, so pushing yourself more with an energy drink doesn't really help you to fill up your batteries. All of those things also can potentially be a huge issue for the subconscious protector who says, okay, I'm anxious because you're driving yourself into the ground. And the third question you want to ask yourself, have I been centered and grounded in myself? What that means is basically that you are finding always yourself back to this inner center of gravity, this landing pad within. And so often we don't do that. So often we are running around, we are, just expecting a lot from us, giving very little back, very little appreciation, very little pats on the back, no rewards besides maybe those cookies. And we are doing this over and over again, always looking around to what gives us the feedback that we are okay, or what is it externally that we can identify ourselves with, and more lose touch with ourselves. That's losing your center, being not grounded within yourself, I believe is one of the greatest triggers for anxiety there is. There is a saying that the further you're outside of yourself, the more anxious you are, and the more you're connected to yourself, the less anxious you are. And I think that's a really, really good analogy. And bringing yourself back to your center is not that hard. Sometimes it's just like turning it off, turning the screens off, turning the noise off, listening internally to yourself, to your heart, to your mind, paying attention to your body. All of those things give you a certain sense of groundedness. And then asking yourself too, what do I really believe in? What are my values? What is really what I'm standing for? My priorities in life. Because if you are not living up to your priorities, if you do things that I don't really like to, maybe take advantage of others, or I don't really like to be harsh to others, but my boss wants me to be harsh to them to squeeze more out of them. Whatever those things are that you think you have to do, maybe you feel like you're forced to do, but they're not really in alignment with you, it brings also again up this sense of I'm not in my center, and so your inner protector is starting to get anxious. Well, am I in my power? Am I taking care of myself? Am I centered and grounded within? Next time you feel anxious, simply ask yourself this. And maybe this is going to help you to also not see anxiety as this big, horrible disorder or challenge that you are somehow bogged down with, and see it more with compassion as something that is, we always see ourselves a little bit as the predators because humans are, but there is also a prey part of us, a prey animal inside of us like a horse, and seeing it more that this part of us also needs attention and needs to feel safe and needs to feel okay, and that it's our conscious responsibility to do that. It's changing everything. It's going to make you feel more balanced, but it certainly also changes very much how you see your anxiety. Hi, Dr. Friedemann here. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. If you're interested in learning more about fear and anxiety, Here you'll find guided meditations, webinars, and interviews with some of the most renowned experts in the field of empowerment. Delve into the over 230 videos and more to come every week.